Devabhoomi Uttarakhand is well known and revered as the land of the gods. With stunning views of the snow-capped mountains in the distance, it beckons you with the ringing of temple bells. The sounds continue to float over the hills and valleys in waves. About 26 kilometers north of the nearest railway station, Kathgodam, we were now floating over one of the most important lakes in the Lake District of Kumaon, Nainital. This enormous emerald freshwater lake almost seems like an eye gazing through the crevices of the Himalayas. Naini comes from the Sanskrit word Nayan, which means the eye. Initially, the tectonic lake was circular in appearance. However, with the frequent landslides and plate shifts, it has now morphed into more of a crescent shape. The water body covers an area of approximately 120 acres, which makes it the third largest in Uttarakhand state. The area was under the rule of Katyuri dynasty till around 1065. Later, the rulers of the Chand dynasty regained control over Nainital in the late 15th century. In 1839, an English business owner named Mr. Barron stumbled on this place in Kurmanchal and decided to stay here. Gradually, he had built a European colony right here in the hills of Nainital. Over time, the hill station had become more famous and crowded with visitors. The northern side of the lake harbors the famous temple of Shri Ma Naina Devi, a form of Devi Dakshayani. Some believe this to be one of the Shakti Peeth, which received the graceful right eye of the goddess, as Lord Vishnu used his Sudarshan Chakra to carve her lifeless body into pieces. Nainital owes its name to Naina Devi. Adjacent to the stadium is a beautiful mosque called Jama Masjid. It was constructed in 1882 during the British rule. The structure's bright white color draws the attention of tourists passing by from afar. Naini Lake sits between the hillocks of the Lesser Himalayas at an altitude of 1938 meters. It is surrounded by Naina Peak and Alma in the north, Deopatha in the west, and Sher Kadanda and Lariakanta in the east. Further in the distant north, looming pillars of the greater Himalayas stand still and brooding. Trishul 1, Mrigdhuni, and the great Nanda Devi, the highest mountain peak of Uttarakhand. Nainital has two distinct settlements around the lake. One being Tallital towards the southeastern side, and the other Mallital at the northern part of the lake side. The Mal Road follows the lake contour closely and connects the two localities. Due to heavy traffic and tourist footfall, the road is closed for vehicles during May, June, and October from 6 pm to 10 pm. Boat rides are a must to experience the lake from up close. Multiple options are available around the lake with two primary boat types: paddle boats for 4 and rowing boats for 2 or more people. Price is negotiable and would cost you around 250 INR per hour per person. Do take note of the stall and pier when you start your ride. Otherwise, it might prove to be challenging to distinguish between the other similar ones. The rides are open from 6 am to 6 pm. Therefore, plan your itinerary according to the schedule. As we paddled our boat to the northernmost side of the lake, it was almost 6 pm. So we decided to turn back and head towards the pier we left. Sri Ma Naina Devi temple was receding as we hurried towards the lake's eastern bank. It was only a matter of time before we returned to visit the temple complex. The evening had turned black already when we finally reached the temple. The roads were teeming with gift shops and eateries. The temple complex is at the farthest corner of the street, just beside Gurudwara Sri Guru Singh Sabha. The din of the crowd thins out as the night grows. The lake stays silent, but the winds roared. We came back to our homestay at Walnut Cottage. The temperature dropped to a pleasing 22 degrees Celsius. The lake appeared like a black reflecting surface, almost like a mirror. The void of Nainital hypnotizes the onlookers, with the walnut trees as accomplices. This is from the Asia Homestay, a quiet hilltop residence with a breathtaking view of Nainital below. The homestay has two separate double beds in a single cottage, accommodating 4 adults. It costs around 1800 per person per night. Booking is available on Airbnb. For more information and guidance, feel free to contact Mr. Bhagwat Singh. His phone number and business links are provided in the description. We stayed in the Lake District of Uttarakhand for 2 nights. Our journey started with the Lake of Nainital and continued to the other critical adjacent reservoirs hiding amidst the surrounding hills. Consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the bell icon to get a notification of the next adventure as we discover the other lakes of the Lake District.